Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you see this. We are just going through a light review on 10.1 to 10.5. These are the basics. If you're not successful with these, redoing the 10.1 to 10.5 quest isn't going to be great for you, because after you do this, there is still going to be a retake assignment, because this is a review for all students today, and those that need the retake have to do yet more work. So keep in mind, we have to recognize shapes. So we're looking at triangles and quadrilaterals here. This is a rectangle. So the area of a rectangle is base times height. So base, height, there's two numbers, and it depends how it's oriented. So we got 5.1 meters times 6 meters, and I just multiply those two values together. Okay, so I just got to grab myself a calculator. I got 5.1 times 6.1 is 30.6. Okay, as I go through there, I'm just going to double check 5.1 times 6, and we got 30.6. Okay, as we're going through, we got to make sure our units are on there and we dress up our numbers. So the next one, number 3, we have a parallelogram here. And remember, the height, because the parallelogram's area is base times height. The height is the distance, the perpendicular distance between the base and, another side opposite the base, the side opposite the base. It's a perpendicular distance, but keep in mind, it's either from the base or a line that contains the base. So this is, the base is 8. My height is 5.7. So now I have 8 times 5.7, and I've got 45.6. So I got 45.6 meters squared. These are my answers as I'm going through here. Pay attention to the formula we're working with. Now, formula is going to change. We're looking at a trapezoid. Remember, the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 of the base 1 plus base 2 is the average of the two bases times the height. Okay, well, I got 1/2. I got base 1, which is 6, base 2, which is 3, and my height is 5. Now, keep in mind, this is shape identification. If you can't identify the shapes in order to use the correct formula, we're in big trouble. And as I multiply this out, I get 22.5 miles squared. Okay, now I've got a rectangle, I've got a parallelogram, and I've got a trapezoid. Those are the things I've got exampled there. I'm looking at a square, and hopefully you remember square. I can still use area is equal to base times height, but because it's a square, I can go side squared, which is 7 squared, which is just 49, in this case, miles squared. So we got our solutions going on. We're really flying along here. Problem 8 has an example for a triangle, and I picked it because of the altitudes outside the triangle. I have area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. The base is 2. The height is 3.8. Well, I'm going to take those and I multiply together, and I'm going to find out that I have an area of 3.8 kilometers squared. Okay, as we step through. Now, the remainder of this sheet, okay, front and back, the odds, okay, so you'll be working on the odds for the remainder of this sheet. So keep in mind, you'll be doing the odds up through 9. I've already done 6 of them, okay, we did 7 as well. Okay, you'll do 9, you'll do 11, you'll do 13, you'll do 15, you'll do 17, you'll do 19, and you'll do 21. Please keep in mind the extras on this sheet will be assigned at a later date, so don't cross them out. Now, okay, so go to the next page, and remember, all of these are inside your notes. Area of irregular polygons. Area of regular polygons. Gosh, all the polygons are regular. It means all the exterior sides, all the sides are the same, all the interior angles are the same. We're going to skip number 1. Okay, we're going to pretend it's much like rope. Well, no, we're just going to do it. I'm not going to skip that. That's pretty straight up. Remember, in regular polygons, when we do this, we are looking at a formula of A equals 1/2 ANS. So I got 1/2. I got A. Hey, look at that. 4 the square root of 3 all over 3. I suppose I should actually write that a little bit better so that they line up. I got 1/2 is equal, so those are multiplied, times, now that's A, my N is 3. That's the number of sides. My S is the side length, which is 8. So I've got 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 times 4 the square root of 3 all over 3. And now I've got 16 the square root of 3. Hey, and answer in simplest form. So that's my answer there, 16 the square root of 3, and it's units squared. Okay. Now that's my simplest form, but let's see if I decide to multiply that, that's 16 times the square root of 3, 27.7. 71 units squared. Yep, I'm happy with that. Now, here's the next one that we're going to do on this page. We're going to go to problem 5. Okay, so these are regular polygons. I get to use 1/2 ANS. And remember what they are. Area is equal to 1/2 ANS, where A is the apothem, N is the number of sides, and S is the side length. How do you find the number of sides? You count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the number of sides. I got an apothem, which is 16.5. I got the number of sides, which is 9, and I got a side length of 12. Okay, well, I just take my calculator and I can multiply this all out. Okay, and my answer here on 5 hopefully is 891. We'll see if that turns out. 0.5 times 12 times 9 times 16.5. Look at that, 891. It's like the stuff I did beforehand actually worked. So this is unit squared. Remember, we want to dress up our numbers even if there aren't any specific units provided as we go. Now, you guys will be doing the odds that I don't do. Okay, you'll be doing the odds that I don't do. So on this side of this sheet, you will do problem 3 and problem 7. Okay, and on this one, you'll do problem 9 and problem 13, problem 15, problem 17. I will do problem 11 next. This is much like one we had on the test. Keep in mind, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. That's 30, this is 60, that's 90. Well, according to our 30, 60, 90 rule, if this is 2x, this is x the square root of 3. Well, this is 18, so this is 9. This is 9 the square root of 3. Then this is also 9 the square root of 3 because the apothem comes in contact with the side at the midpoint. So I got a side length of 18 the square root of 3. Now I can use area is equal to 1/2 ANS, and 1/2, the apothem is 9. The number of sides is 3 because it's a triangle, and the side length is 18 the square root of 3. So I multiply all those things together, and I get myself my final answer. Let's see what they have to do. And they want us to leave your answer in simplest form. So we'll use simple radical form. And I've got 9 times 9, 81 times 3 is 243. We're going to check that out. Hey, look at that, it is. So I got 243 the square root of 3. Simplest radical form, unit squared. Now, keep in mind, every one I've done has been kind of a shortcutty one. Just 1/2 ANS. Got to know A is the apothem. Got to know the number of sides, and I just count the number of sides. Side length. I haven't needed to find anything yet because we're just doing the basics. This is all the stuff we did in the first half of the 10-1 to 10-4 quest. Now, keep in mind, after you complete this assignment, the odds that I don't do on all the pages, we got one page left, you got to keep in mind, you must complete your 10-1 to 10-4 review in order to have a retake. The solutions to that, a video solution is there. Mr. Minahan did that, along with there's a solution that I did. If you have questions or anything about locating it, it's all in Schoology from the week before break, and that's on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of April. Okay, now going on. Okay, going on to the next page. We are now reviewing our 10-5 information. This is the information we covered in class on Tuesday. And look, we've got our triangles, and remember our triangle area formula. We got a triangle. Area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 BC sine of A. Now keep in mind, B and C are measurements of sides that make the angle A. Otherwise, we gotta be careful how we use it. So I've got 8 times 6 sine of 87. You must have a calculator to do these. Okay, gotta make sure you're getting her done. 0.5 times 48 times sine of 87. Okay, I got us, we're sitting at an idea of number 1 here. Got myself at a 23.967, and they say nearest tenth. So I'm looking at the idea that this answer would be 23.967. Keep in mind, that's what I have, be 24.0, because nearest tenth, that rounds up to 0, that rounds up to 4, and that's where I'm at, and this is centimeters squared. And that is my area of my triangle. And hey, look, we just did 1, so you guys got to do 3. You guys got to do, I'll do 5, you got to do 7. In number 5, a triangle with 2 sides that measure 6 and 2 with an included angle. Remember that included angle is between the 2 sides. So I got, this is 10. This goes out here, this is 6, this is 2. Let's pretend that's really a true triangle. Okay, I'm finding that area. This is 10 degrees. And hey, once I get this down, area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 the 2 sides that make the angle, the included angle, sine of 10. Okay, so it's pretty much the same idea. We just got to know and be able to read and recognize what we're being asked to do. So this answer is 1.041, but I'm supposed to round to the nearest tenth. So that's 1.0 units squared. Okay. Our next one on this page, flipping it over, remember the ones I don't do that are odd, you're doing. We're looking at problem 11. Hey, this is a review from the stuff that Bloom did in class. Holy cow, that was tough stuff. Okay, I've got a perimeter. Okay, it's 144 centimeters, but I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-sided figure. So if I have perimeter is equal to 144, and I know if that's true, n times s, and I just counted n is 12, I just learned that my side measure is 12 as well, okay? Now, if that's 12, I've got to find my apothem. Okay, I've got to find my A, okay, which means I have to find the central angle. Central angle is 360 divided by 12, which is 30. Half of 30 is 15. Okay, so I've got this central angle thing. If I can have a nice little triangle there, that's 15 degrees. Okay, it's a 15 degrees. I know that half of this side, remember that's 12, half of this is 6. So I am working with a triangle to find this, or right triangle, and I've got adjacent and I've got opposite. Opposite adjacent's tangent to find A. So I'm finding A. So tangent of 15, because I want 360 divided by 12 is 30, that's the central angle, okay? And then I was able to take that and go after the fact that half of 30 is 15. Tangent of 15 is equal to opposite over adjacent. So I have A tan of 15, which equals 6. And then I go A is equal to 6 divided by tan of 15. Okay, so that's my A. I've got A, I've got S. Well, I've got A and I got P. That's all I need. So now my area is equal to 1/2 AP. Remember, P is the number of sides times the side length. I've got that up here. That's the same. I know that's 144 already. So 1/2, my apothem was 6 tangent of 15. my area is found by multiplying that 144 that I was given, that perimeter, times that. So I'm looking at an area of 1,612.2. So I got 1,612.2 centimeters squared is what I'm doing. Now that's my answer for 11. You guys will be filling out things that are similar for the others that are odd on this page. So keep that in mind. You will finish these and I will recap these as we go. So your assignment tonight, or today, this afternoon, shouldn't be very long. It's just practice, making sure you recognize shapes. Our area of triangles and quadrilaterals, front and back page, the odds that I didn't do. So those are right there, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 9 on the other side, 19 and 21. Okay, the odds Bloom didn't do. Now the other set over here, okay, you've got area of regular polygons. It's the next page in the very back of your notes. The next page in the very back of your notes. Okay, you got area of regular polygons, and you're doing the odds I didn't do on the notes portion of today's video. Okay, so you're doing the odds that I did not do on this one as well. And then the last one that we're doing here, you guys are doing the trigonometry and area. Well, gosh, you're doing the odds I didn't do. Please notice the theme of odds Bloom didn't do. Do not cross out the extras. Those are ones that you will be expected to do later, but don't do them now because you want to make sure you're doing them correctly. Now, again, after you complete this, any other assignments that you don't have, they are all on Schoology and available to be printed off and completed by you on this day so you can catch up. You're being the little tomato. You heard about the family of tomato that went out for a roll. Papa Tomato walked up to the little tomato and stomped his foot and said, catch up. Okay? I hope things are going well. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you guys got your taxes done because they were due yesterday. Have a super day.